Well, hello there, my sexy followers. Alien Sama back with my birthday. My birthday is not today, because my birthday was on the 14th of September. So happy birthday, me. Today, we're just going to showcase some of this stuff. The main thing we're unboxing is right there in the background. Kankolik Hantai Collection. The Bismarck. The greatest ship to ever be sunk really fast. Oh well. Either way, she's now, or it's now, in human form. I've been waiting for it forever, and we'll get to some details on that in just a minute. Some of the other stuff here came with that, and other things were purchased a little later on, but these are my birthday gifts to me. Me! Happy birthday, me! I am now 24 years old. Wow! Wow, you're so young. You child. What the fuck are you doing on YouTube? Get off. No, you know what? Too bad. So sad. We're here today. And we're going to start off with all this fun stuff. So let's get to it. This Miku right here, which, just like the other Miku I got a while ago, it came in this, interesting box. It's not a regular Nendoroid box, but it is an official Nendoroid of Good Smile. It's considered a, 3 licensed by Sega. I think it's considered a Sega prize? No, it's just licensed by Sega, but it is Hatsune Miku. Excuse me, I have a cold, so if you hear me sniffling a lot, I'm sorry. Where was I? It's an Nendoroid. It's official. Boom! I love her. She's super cute. Her outfit's amazing, and you'll get to see it up close in a different video. Everything except for her, you'll have to see in a different video. Sucks to be you guys. So this. Her and her came together, and the total of these 2 items, just these 2 items, was $186 Canadian. Can you guess which one was the most expensive? Yeah, that's right. Good job, kids. So, we got her. Moving on, something that's super cute and finally hitting Canada, or at least the store that I live near, Giant Robot Comics, best store ever. Go to it if you come to Nova Scotia. Anyways, is the, fuck, what's this game called again? Oh, it's not on here. It's called, something, Atsune, Niku Atsune? I forget what the fuck the app's called, but the app is super popular, or was super popular. You basically just collect cats, but some of the cats are adorable, like this guy right here. Doo-doo! It reminds me of the little marching band kitties, which I'll add that video right now. It makes me want to die. Oh. Anyways, yeah, he's so cute. He's got a little butt. Yeah. Next is a pack of Pokemon cards. This is from the new series, Steam Siege, which is really interesting. We got Giratina, or Mega Giratina, as a little coin, and a promo card. X and Y, 139. My god, there's 139 plus of these promo cards. And as you can see in the background, we have the Arceus set, which I have to go out and get my month, which is Victini. I'm not a big fan of Victini, but of course I'll buy it anyways. But we got Arceus, so it's 1 month away from being God. Anyways. And then there's 2 magazines down here I bought. This one's from Time, Special Edition. Oh look, my camera's focusing on all their faces. 50 Years of the Final Frontier, Star Trek, inside the most influential science fiction series ever. I love the original Star Trek. Captain Kirk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! If there's any man I'm still attracted to, it's Captain Kirk. And Spock. But God bless Leonard Nimoy's soul. RIP! Another thing is from the History Channel, Inside World War II, 100 little known stories of the Great Conflict. Also, there's a bunch of this stuff on the back. Ancient aliens. Oh boy, I don't believe in that shit. I believe in aliens, but the whole ancient astronaut theorists predict. I fucking hate that. And then, last but not least, we have the main feature of today's video. So let's get her open, skip no time, looking at the box. If you want to see the box, you can Google it yourself, because no one wants to see the box. Yeah, fuck you guys. We are looking at the box, as we always do, because that's what I'm all about. It wasn't too long ago now that someone commented on one of my videos being like, "Ugh, half your video is like looking at the stupid box. No one cares about the box, just get to the product." And you know what? Some people do like the box, and I'm one of those people. So if you don't like it, you can thumbs down the video. So yeah, that's a pretty sexy box. To be honest, I thought this product was a Figma when I ordered it, but I should have known it wasn't a Figma because Figma hasn't done, or let me rephrase, Figma has done some of the larger ships from the Cancoli collection, but Bandai here has done a lot of the ones with the bigger accessories. Figma, I love you, get on it. But until then, we got Bandai's version of Bismarck. If Figma comes out with a Bandai version, if Figma comes out with a, if Good Smile comes out with a Figma version, of the Bismarck, I'll buy that too. I don't care, I'll repaint it, I'll make it a damaged version, I don't know. But I'll get it, because Figma is amazing. Good Smile rocks. Buy from them. Bye, 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 bye. Anyways, let's get her open. Of course, I don't know where my damn X-Acto knife is. Okay, let me get my X-Acto knife. Oh boy. Okay, so how do you open this? I see tape on this side. Okay, so we got her open. Her stand's over there. Little packaging doodad over here. And the rest of it's all here. So let's get it open. Yeah. Hopefully there's no tape holding this together, because I just want to rip it open. Oh yeah. There's just so many parts. Let's start with her face, I guess. Dun dun dun. Everything smells extremely of plastic. So I'm assuming because this is Bandai, it won't be compatible with Good Smile. No, it will not, which is sad. Make me sad. So this is our first face we got. Very cute, super adorable, and blue eyes, and she has blonde hair. Oh, the perfect Aryan race of the German people. Anyways, so this is her first face. It's kind of just a regular smiling face, a little bit of aggressive, kind of like, I'm here, I'm gonna beat you up. Next thing we have is a very unimpressed face. Angry. Oh, she's actually got a bit of a tear too. So she's angry and blushing as well. Sad, maybe, I don't know, what is that? I'm not sure of the term. And this is a more aggressive one. Yelling, but not too angry. Not to the point where she's completely disgruntled. I've never seen a Figma faceplate that's compatible with that, so I don't think this is going to be able to fit on any other things but these products, or maybe her herself. We also have some weapons here. Oh, that's so awesome. They tried their best to take the weapons from the era and turn them into ship-looking pieces. Look, there's even a scope, muzzle. That seems weird. This looks like the gun, but then the only thing that's there is the turret. Oh, wow, all this moves. Does this move too? No, this does not move. Does this move? No. Do these come up? No. So all... Ooh. Okay. Alright. Whoops. So that moves, but it also comes out. Try not to break that. There we are. Interesting. Very detailed. Oh, we're just going to put everything back to where it came from. This, I believe, goes onto her back, or her lower torso. It's very nice. I absolutely love the red. The Bismarck is one of my favorite ships in the world. I know the Titanic's on a warship, but if Cancoli, for some strange reason, or some company was like, hey, let's make a Titanic version of or a female version of Titanic? I don't know. I'd be all down for that. I would pay $180 for that. This is her hat. Very nice. Got the antenna on the side. I'm assuming it just plops on either that. There's a magnet right there. We got a bunch of hands, which I'll just show you because they are very small. Very small. They're not really textured. They're just brown to kind of simulate a leather glove, I guess. And the same type of stands that come with most Bandai figures nowadays. These right here, I'm assuming, are to hold her entire body up with everything on. Of course, some of these parts are going to be very heavy. And then we have some make-your-own teeth. No, these are, these pieces will come off, clip into there, and there'll be little tweezer-like things to hold her waist or the other parts of the ship. This is what will actually go around her waist. Now, the difference between Bandai's Kantai Collection Ship Girls are there's metal pieces involved. I don't think I've ever seen Figma come with pieces such as this, but I'm assuming that Bandai believes it'll be firmer or will last longer or be able to keep the pieces up. But there's a lot of moving parts on here, which is good. This looks like it can move, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just there. But this moves. This folds out and comes up. This bends backwards. It doesn't rotate. These bend as well, which I'm assuming some of the turrets will go onto here. We'll have to take a look at the booklet to make sure we get everything right. For now, we'll just place this back in the box. And we'll take a look at one turret at a time because there's two of each. But the first one we have is right here. Ooh, what's this piece do? Oh, look at that. That's awesome. They have details on the inside as well. Dun dun dun. Wicked. The paint job on the side is absolutely brilliant. Does this stand out at all? Doesn't look like it. No, I think it just rotates. But these come out individually, which is awesome. The detailing on the side, the ladders, hatches. Excellent. I work on a ship myself, so seeing all the little details is very satisfying. It's nice to see. So there's one. Then the second one we have is a little smaller, but just as nice. It has gears, which is amazing. Does it click? It doesn't click, but oh wow, it actually has gear work inside. Look at that. It doesn't click, but can you hear that? There's actually gears in there moving. And of course it rotates. If it would focus on the turret, that'd be great. Again, ladder, hatches, and individual moving barrels. Wunderbar! So, we're going to put all these pieces onto her and make sure we got everything set up before we show you her fully dressed up just for you guys. So we'll be back in just a moment. So here she is with all of her pieces except for the little handheld gun that I had showed you before. What is amazing about this figure is, unlike Figma, especially Figma's Nendoroids of Kantai Collection Girls, this figure is able to hold up all its own parts without any extra aid, and none of it came flying off or falling off, which was my biggest irk with Figma's Kantai Collection. And the figures they're coming out with. Something I had noticed with Bandai's figures that was coming out so far is their paint. It's not the best. This one, by far, from what I've seen from a person that I follow on Instagram, this one has the best paint job. I'm not sure if maybe their figures were damaged or chipped, I don't know. But the figures from their photos didn't look amazing, and I noted it to them. I said, hey, the Bandai figures don't look amazing with the paint, but this one does. And they too agreed that some were a little But enough spinning her around and talking about the paint job. Let's see how articulate this lady is. This will be the most painful maneuvering of my life, because she's got a lot to look at. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the stand. The stand, although bulky and seemingly taking up a lot of room, is very well designed to take up enough room to be able to hoist her up and keep her up off the ground without falling over, but as well to seem minimal compared to the amount of room that she takes up, which is great. So, you may be thinking, what is this contraption? The first thing we have is an arm. This arm is independent from this one. These are two different parts that you get in the box. They both bend, which is great, and there's a bunch of these little teeth right here in which you can settle this neck on as much as you want. It doesn't really matter that much because, as you just noticed, the arm is fully capable of holding the figure up on its own. I don't know why this is there exactly, maybe just as a precaution, because the joints here are they able to be tightened? They might be able to be tightened a little. There are little screws there. But maybe it's just a precaution so that your figure doesn't come tumbling forward. The other neat feature that I enjoy is this. So there's a little... So we're just going to put her down. Doop. There's a little locking mechanism right here. Just take this, click, and if you noticed, that came up a little, and now, your figure's stand has become much taller. Much taller, which is great. And then you can just lower it back down, and wherever you want to lock it in place, you just click, and boom, it's locked, which is great. This is awesome. The stand can rotate here and there, and of course your figure is attached at the base of the ship, which is firmly attached to her, which is very nice, and that can rotate as well. But I like to have her a little closer to her stand, so we're just going to lower that back down, click it into place, voila. Boom, your stand. That's what you got for a stand. It's very nice. Now we got our hat here. Unfortunately, it does not have a magnet in it. I will probably put one in or just put a little piece of sticky tack or something to keep it on her head. Now, next thing we're going to look at here is her turrets. So I figured out why this piece comes out. Before we do that, or take a look at her turrets exactly, she has this mode. I'm assuming it's some type of Mecha Walker version. I'll never put her in this mode because I much prefer her turrets to be out and shown off as the ship would have had back in the war. So that's what it would look like without it, and that's what it would look like with her. So that piece would come out, would come down, and she would use it as a place to put her feet. It reminds me of the machine from the Alien, I forget what it's called, the loader? I think that's all it's called. Yeah, it reminds me of the loader from Alien, which is kind of cool, I guess, but I'll never use it. So, the turrets, very mobile, very movable. Oh geez, something I just noticed, unless that's the way it's supposed to look. Nope. Maybe you can see it from this angle. What is wrong? Look at that. That is traded paint. Oh well. That's what happens, I guess. Like I said before, the paint jobs on these aren't 100%, but I can easily fix that up with some Citadel paint, which I just got. Yes! The other things you'll notice on Bandai figures is all these little pieces where it came out of the mold. It's almost like they didn't really have time to bother with it or whatnot. That is something I enjoy about Figma. Figma's figures are very clean, nice, and dare I say it, perfect. But their functionality can sometimes lack. The functionality of this one is wonderful. So, turrets. Turrets bend in all shapes and forms, as you've seen before. But on her, how do they bend? They bend quite well. But how well is quite well? That's the question. So, let's check it out. So, the first set we got here is these. We've already seen what the turrets alone can do. These move, or these move, sorry, we're out of frame. These move, this doesn't move, this piece pops out, and these rotate. Do, yay! But how does this piece bend with the extra pieces on? So, let's get up in close and personal, and let's see how many parts fall off. Hopefully none. Ooh. Wow, my finger was right in that frame. Okay, so, this piece, as we know, does not move. And you put this piece on right here, so right where that little line is. Oh god, my fingers are dirty, gross. Self-conscious. So right here, where this little line is where the two pieces connect. The turret, which is separate, and then this piece, which is a part of the back brace that attaches to her. And then this right here is separate from this as well. So these two pieces come together and make the arm. So, the bending of it is, we can rotate it up, and then, as you can see, this nice little cutout part right here is just enough room for this. Then you go, whoop, clicks in, continue to fold up, boom, completely folded in. A nice, what's that called? Flush? A nice flush line right there. I'm assuming the extended version is mostly for the mecha looking version of her. But I kind of like it stuck out like this because it gives me a little more room to move around, and it makes her, I don't know, it makes this whole area seem bigger and more out there compared to the turrets that are on the top. If you can see the difference here. The difference in with the turret folded in and folded out. And also with it folded out, you have a little more posability with it. Moving on, that's basically all we have for movement when it comes to this piece attached to this one. I much prefer the limb to be out. Of course, be a little careful not to break anything. My gosh. I haven't really purchased a lot of Bandai figures. The best thing I could compare her to as a figure alone, just as the female, is the Sailor Moon figures. Bandai did those as well, which they weren't the best, but they were nice. They were extremely expensive, unfortunately, despite the lack of content in each box. As opposed to this one, she was 130 Canadian, which isn't too bad. 130 Canadian for all this, plus all the parts in the box, and the box size itself, and the box actually looks nice, versus the Sailor Moon figures that were between $60 and $80, and the box looked like crap. The figures were not amazing. There was not a lot of parts in them. I actually don't have any of my SH Figure Arts Sailor Moon figures left because I was not impressed by them whatsoever. I bought them, I liked them, but I wasn't impressed enough to keep them in my collection. Plus, we got more Sailor ladies coming in, and Hatsune Miku. We gotta make room for them. Yay. Anyways, moving on. So, the turret's on the top. Oops. Oh my god, I don't want to break that. So yeah, this little antenna doodad there. Bend that, make sure you don't break that. It is a very stiff piece of plastic. It has no give, it has no mercy on its bending. It will snap like a little plastic twig it is if you make it bend the wrong way, or make it bend too much. So here's the other turret attach. The turret attaches right here. There's a nice little groove, which you can easily see with the figure off. I'm not going to show it off because it was actually a little bit hard to wean it in. My recommendations when attaching this piece is to push it in and then do your little wiggle wiggle until it pops in, because it's got a little bit of a it's got like a little bit of a ring to keep it in. I'm not really sure how to explain that. And this one was the same thing. Just put it in and give it a little twisty twist to make it go in all the way. As for posability, it just swivels in and out like so. Boop! Can come all the way forward, all the way back, and of course avoid breaking this lovely antenna right here. Yes, do not break that. And then as it does not rotate back like this whatsoever, which kind of sucks. At this angle, it kind of looks like it's tilted forward a lot, but it's actually very straight. It's just the angle. It's just the angle we're at. So if we were to, boop, there we go. It's a little better, not so much. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that the stand has this clicking thing. I hate that. I wish it would just come with a smooth, gliding stand. But you can't win everything in every figure. Back to this though. Swivels back and forth. Back and forth. And then, of course, the turret with its amazing gear mechanism just moves like this. The barrels, and of course this rotates. Voila, just like that. Oh god, that's bothering me. Look how ugly, and you can see it so easily on the camera. No. Ugh. Anyways, so that's the turrets. The turrets are very lovely. Now, how did this sexy lady get on here? So, easily removed, easily removed. Boop, look at that, I did it with one hand. So, this piece right here is separate from this one. This separate from this. Yeah, understand? Sprechen du Deutsch, even though it's a shitty accent. Although I am from Germany, so that doesn't really give me an excuse to do a shitty accent. Accent is long gone. I'm sorry, everyone. Anyways. How was this attached again? Oh, it was just attached. Oh! Nope, that was not how it was attached. This piece does come off of there, though. Don't worry. It's this right here. There you go. Voila. Just like that. So there are two pieces like this. This one has a little bendy boo piece, which allows you to do that. And then there's another piece that looks exactly like this one, but it doesn't have the bending part in it, which I don't understand why it's there, because I can't read Japanese. So I don't understand the instructions, unfortunately. And then this piece on the twin of this without the joint does the same thing. You just pop it on. Boom! If you want to glue it on, go right ahead. I don't care. Stupid hat. She hasn't fallen off this yet. It's only these two little nibs right here keeping her on, or going into her back. As you can see right there. Well, it's kind of going into her butt a little. The top of her buttocks. Oh! But yeah. Those are the turrets. Look at that mean machine. It looks like a figure of its own. Some flying, scary-ass battleship monster robot thing from hell. That's what this looks like. Look at that. Dun, 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 dun. It does look really cool on its own, to be honest. What would be even cooler or awesome, however you want to say it. Oh yes. Oh yes. I was gonna say if the pieces could come together to kind of look like a ship. Not a transformer. But just like that. Look at that. Oh mama. I love that. See, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's the front of the ship. Oh my god. Kind of sad she doesn't have any anchors though. Well, she has one around her neck, but that doesn't count. Doesn't count. Anyways, so let's move this out of the way and take a look at her up close. So here is our lovely little princess. I don't know if she actually is a princess, but I'm going to assume she is a Kaiser, a princess. Princess of the Kaiser. I don't fucking know. Anyways, here she is, the figure alone by itself. She is extremely pretty. The only things I noticed, at least for me, that I did not enjoy about it, which you can hardly see on the camera, is the paint job on her hair is kind of chunky. I'll see if I can zoom in and find a part for you. I don't think you'll be able to see it at all, so I won't pay much attention to it, but there is a little chunk right in front of the nib. It's right there. And then all along the inside of her hair is just blobs of paint where it wasn't smoothly applied. It just kind of went, and then whatever web or band of paint that was kind of between the little hair pieces just stayed there and dried, which, meh, most people probably won't even see it or notice it or even care, but for myself, I see these things and hey, If you're as picky as me, now you know. But not paying much attention to it because you can hardly see it on camera. Moving on. So hopefully the harsh lighting, or her very fair, super pale skin compared to her dark black, red, and white uniform, is not making her look too much of a ghost. Her uniform is very nice. I love the anchor around her neck, the choker. The outfit is very, very nice. I feel like the German ships have a much stricter, very formal, very... It is sexy, like all the other ones. But I feel the German ones are much more... I don't know. They're just... great. I don't know how to explain it. They just look sharp. They look sharp. Like a guy comes waltzing in his black tuxedo and everyone else is just dressed like garbage at the show. And this guy's just like, I am here. I am pristine. I am fire. I am death. Anyways, I absolutely love it. I love that they added the 2 pockets on the bottom, which these pockets are practically on every German uniform. They're on a lot of uniforms, actually, not just German. We have them on the Canadian uniforms. We have them on the US uniforms. They're on everything. Nice pocket with the 2 buttons and the stitching down the middle. Fabulous. And this is squishy, so she has lots of room to move her legs. My favorite part of her outfit, though, which may be weird, but there's justification for it, is her armbands. I absolutely adore this. Why? Because it reminds me of the neckband that goes around the Iron Cross. The Iron Cross, very famous throughout German history, especially World War I and World War II. Mostly World War II that it's known from, but the Iron Cross was given out in World War I as well. Extremely gorgeous. I love this touch. Some people might associate the red and white with the Nazi Party, but for me, when I see red and white, I think of the Iron Cross. It's the first thing I think of, is the Iron Cross, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I almost wish she had an Iron Cross somewhere, not on her like plastered, but almost if this was actually the Iron Cross necklace. If I had good enough art skills, actually I have amazing art skills, never mind. If I had the balls to snap that off and replace it with Iron Cross, I would do it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know. We'll find out. I actually think I will be adding some paint detail to her myself, because I would love the buttons to be painted. I would love the stitching here to be painted. Stitching down the leg, that'd be nice, and all these little indented areas would be nice if they were filled in with a darker color or filled in black. So good. I can already see it, and it's beautiful. Now moving on to her boots. Her boots are much different than the rest of the Kantai Collection girls. Most of them have high heels, very sexy, elegant heels, and the rudder is their heel. But she is much different. She does not have the same thing whatsoever. She has a very strict boot, German World War II-esque style boot, that's what I would call it, or the jack boot, as most people in modern day time knows it as. And her propeller is actually up here, which, even nice, it can move. I don't know why it can move, but it can. Her foot's got quite a bit of flexibility, despite the very chunky, thick-looking boot. Bend forward, it can't really bend, or bend backwards, sorry. It can't really bend forward at all, of course, because of this, but that's not really necessary. It can twist very well and can go off to the side, which is nice. This is, once again, one of the figures where it's like, oh, I wish you had a toe joint. But if there's a toe joint there, then I wouldn't be able to enjoy this nice line going across. Yes. So, for flexibility, though, she's just as flexible as a Sailor Moon figure. Just as flexible, which is fabulous. It's great. It's fantastic. A detail that I love right here, which I don't know if you know what I'm looking at, is her stockings and then her skin. If you can see this, her skin comes down and then it bunches up. It shows she has a little bit of fat on her. Not that she's skinny, bones, and nothing else. Yeah, she's got a thigh gap, but she's also got that little bit of meat right there. That is something I love in art in figures is when the stocking comes up and then the thigh is obviously there and it's sticking out. I don't know why. I just love it. I love the way it looks. I'm not a big fan of stockings that just go, Phoop! Oh look, I have no leg. Thighs are good. I am a thigh man. Even though most of these anime chicks don't really have thighs. That's okay. She does. She is more than most. Especially the Sailor Moon ones. My god. Now, for the arms, just as flexible as the Sailor Moon. Nothing special happening. This can rotate. I didn't realize that. This can rotate. She's got a very simple elbow joint, and she does have a ball joint in here in her hands, but it doesn't give much give because of her thick metal cuff. Her hands, when exchanging her hands, try your utmost best to pull outwards. The joint in here is extremely tiny, and there are no replacements in the box. I'm not sure if Bandai will replace the part if you break it, so for the love of God, don't break it. Either don't swap the hands out, or do the whole annoying boiling the part and swapping it out. Do not break this joint. The joint is so tiny. So tiny. Maybe I should... You know what? I'm going to take her hand off. And here, you can have a look at just how tiny this joint is. Watch me break mine now. For you guys. There you go. Look at that. That is freaking tiny. Look at her nub. That is tiny. Want to see how tiny it is compared to the tip of a pen? Tiny. My god. So yeah. Try and get my pen lid back on. Don't break that joint. It's going to be a sad day for you. It's going to be a sad day for me because I told you not to break it. And you broke it. The hand was a little bit hard to get off. I was extremely nervous of breaking it, so I guess it's up to you if you want to take the hand off or not. But the arms have full posability. It can go all the way around if her hair wasn't in the way. Shoulders go up about that far. They can obviously do that. It's got very flexible arms. Put her back in her bossing you around pose. Very good. And on the back, her hair has two little joints that can do this. They can twist as well, and I'm sure they could probably come out, but I don't know why you'd want them to come out, because then you just have this two empty spaces. And she's got a big area to move her upper body, which is nice, because not a lot of figures have a big joint in the waist to move around. Yeah. And all of this is soft plastic. So she's supposed to be able to bend forward and stuff, but of course, this part of her outfit is not resilient. Resistant. It's resistant to the bending because it's not a bendable or moldable. Well, it's moldable, but it's... What am I saying? It's not posable? It's not like metal. It's not... You can't bend it and then it stays in the shape. That's what I'm trying to say. So, voila. Oh, and her head... Because of her neck piece, as you can see right there, it goes right up. She's got a high collar. Because of the neck piece, she doesn't really have much movement with her head. And her hair as well. She's got the parts in the front, she's got big parts in the back. Her head is limited to movement, mostly from side to side, up and down. And that's about the best you got for her head. But that's okay. We still love you anyway. And her eyes are absolutely gorgeous. Super deep blue, and then a nice icy green blue. Yeah. I hope I don't seem too creepy doing this video. I really love the Bismarck. I don't care if the ship didn't last very long. I love the Bismarck. It's a momentous ship in history. And now it's in human form. Hooray. Yes. Anime weeb and history buff. His dream has come true. Anyways, so that's basically it for this unboxing video. You got to see the few hands we get, you got to see the turrets and everything in action, or at least as much action as they can give, and our beautiful Bismarck, which I think her name was Bismarck Dry. drei. Bismarck 3. 1, 2, 3. Bismarck 3? Is that German for 3? I'm not sure. Anyways, so let's do our end of the video rotation of this beautiful figure in her box. Yes, very nice. Okay, Brian. Anyways. Oh yeah, the last detail is her hat. I already told you guys there's no magnet inside, so it will fall off her head. Sad day, but it's a very nice touch. Just kind of squeeze it on her head. It'll stay. But for safety and not losing it and not stepping on it and breaking it, I'm going to put a little piece of blue or a non-oily sticky tack under her hat. Don't put oily blue sticky tack that you used to put on your posters as a kid on the wall. It'll ruin the paint and it'll ruin your figure. Alright, let's do that rotation thing now. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And all the things that we had at the beginning of the video. The Miku Ninja, the Pokemon cards, all that good stuff. If you want to see that stuff get unboxed, stay tuned and subscribe to my channel because those items will be coming up shortly. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and celebrating my 24th birthday. We'll see you guys in the next unboxing video. Alien Sama out. Woo! Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.